Welcome back everyone, this is GTA Failer. In our last video we got our second golden feather. I'm just going back about 20 seconds in that last video to give you some context as to where we are. This is in double speed, we'll put it back to regular speed now. And then we'll move on to talking to this rabbit up here who will give us our next fetch quest. Hi. Hi. Are you okay? Not really. I'm supposed to run a marathon race today, but I've lost my lucky headband. I've worn it to every race I've ever run. I don't know if I could race without it. Where'd you lose it? Somewhere in Blackwood Forest, so that's just a little bit east of where we are. I could take a look for you. Really? You'd do that for me? Sure. It's a red headband. I can give you a reward. I could give you a pair of running shoes. Don't you need those yourself? Well, I just got sponsored by this shoe company. They gave me like 10 pairs. Whoa, congrats. Oh, haha, thanks. But let me know if you see a red headband. Alright, so again, we'll repeatedly talk to every NPC until they start repeating themselves. Any luck finding the headband yet? Sorry, no luck yet. Okay, thanks. And then there's the repeat. So we're just going to continue on this path heading east and then north. There's a diggable spot right there. We'll get all those diggable things up later. Another video, another diggable spot there. And look, a red headband and a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Where'd you get that headband? I don't know. I've had it for ages. Why? Well, I was just talking to this rabbit. She said she lost her headband somewhere in the forest. Oh, you mean Sue? Maybe? I didn't get her name. She was really worried about it, though. She said it was lucky and she needs it to race. I'm supposed to race her later today. She's so talented. I've really been looking forward to it. What if I gave you mine? I'm pretty sure it's the same kind. Maybe she wouldn't notice. Oh, but then it wouldn't be lucky? Oh, I don't know. Just take it. See if she wants it. Okay, we've got a headband. Let me know how it goes, and then they repeat, and they shove us. It's kind of rude. Alright, so now we head right back to Sue, and we will give her her lucky headband. Well, a red headband. It's actually not the same one. Okay, so here, just reading, it's the turtle's headband. Looks sporty. So now I'm wearing it, and then we get this extra dialogue. That headband you're wearing. Oh, right. Here, I found this. So that's the extra dialogue. So if you're not wearing it, then it just starts in with the here, I found this. Okay, so the sweat stain's not in the right place. Ew. Turtle gave it to me. They said you could have it. They're looking forward to the race and didn't want you to miss it. What? Really? Taylor the Turtle? They're like the regional champion? This headband has to be at least twice as lucky, possibly even quadruple lucky. Okay, I'll take it. I'm so pumped. Take these running shoes. Okay, so we get to run holding right shift. That right shift is something you can control. You can set your keybind to any key you want there. And then we'll talk again, and we'll convince the rabbit that it's actually her own talent that's allowing her to win the races, not any kind of lucky headband. I know, I think I've known all along, but I don't know. I get so nervous. Sometimes I wonder if this is all a fluke. But you're right. I don't need luck. Here, you can have the headband back. I'm going to do this all on my own. So getting the headband back doesn't do anything other than allowing you to wear the headband for the rest of the game if you want to, but it's kind of cool. And again, I love all of the self-affirmations that the game is pushing here. Okay, and then the rabbit repeats itself. So then here I am in a different save file where I haven't talked to the rabbit yet. Notice there's a red shovel over here, which wasn't in the other save file, the save file we just had, the main save file. The toy shovel. And so here, what's up? I'm just jogging, warming up for a race later today. I'm a little nervous. There's going to be a lot of skilled runners there. And so this person will not give us the red headband. Like he's telling us he has a red headband, but we can't get it because we haven't started the fetch quest yet. So just wanted to show that to you. And also the fact that the toy shovel was there in the other playthrough, but it's not here. It's because as soon as you pick up any toy shovel, all the other toy shovels in the game disappear. So I will show you all the toy shovel locations in another save file in another video. But anyway, one of them is up here. Okay, so holding right shift to sprint, but again, you have the stamina bar over there. It's only 2 feathers right now, and about to be 3, but you feel free to sprint all around this map if you want. So there is feather number 3. That is awesome. 3 out of 20, 15%. Let's go. Okay, reminding myself, Hawk Peak Trail, that's the goal. And so we continue merrily up, another diggable spot. So we're going to talk to the dog here. Hey-o, how's the hike treating you? Oh, it's been nice. It's really beautiful here. I know, right? The view from the top will be so good. You're going to Hawk Peak too? Oh no, that's too intense for me. I'm just going to Outlook Point. Will I see you there? Okay, so two choices. I'll show you both. So we said yes in that one. And then Hawk Peak Trail continuing up to the north. And first we'll look through the binoculars here. There's this mysterious island off in the distance. Well, there's a painter right there, so we're gonna check in with the painter in a later video. Oh, we can't see the mysterious island from here. That's the next set of binoculars. That's the rumor kid. Just kind of cool to see all the different stuff. You can see there's a treasure chest behind the visitor center there, which is almost impossible to see from when you're standing right next to the visitor center. But we'll get that hidden treasure chest in a later video. Okay, you can take a shortcut. We're going to grab another feather right here. You can take a shortcut up to Outlook Peak, but I'm just trying to mostly follow trails. Golden feather number 4, easy. And so this is the path that the dog is actually following, heading up to Outlook Point, which is our next destination, because that's the location of our next feather. So Hawk Peak Trail, again, continuing northeast. And here's the dog merrily moving along. I think we'll talk to him again. Good Creek Path, a long time ago used to be something, but the path was damaged in a rainstorm. What a pretty day. Yeah, I don't know why I skipped the dialogue as quickly as I did. I intended to leave it up there long enough for me to read, but I'm seeing here as I do the commentary that I gotta be like a speed reader if I want to get through these things. Okay, so again, walking up the path, Outlook Point right up here. It's the only thing right up here. First touches of snow. Snow will play a more major role later in this playthrough. So an empty building here. This is where the dog is going to meet us. And I'm just exploring and showing you that there's nothing going on in this building, but I do see a chest. Let's grab it. And it's feather number 5. Super. There's the dog coming up the path. So through these binoculars, we can see the lighthouse. And then to the right, at the end of the waterfall, we're going to see just barely an island off in the distance. And right over there, that's the mysterious island that the gossip guy, I guess he was an alligator, was talking about on the beach. So we will make our way over there in another, actually at the end of this video. And now let's come back and talk to the doggy. Hey, good to see you up here. Is it just me, or is this kind of epic? Yeah, it's epic. The wind in my face, it makes me feel so good. The visitor center is so tiny from here. Oh, that reminds me, take this. So the treasure map is not important for us at this moment because we're not going to collect coins until a future video, but we'll grab it because we're here. So what if we don't say it's epic? What if we just say it's okay? This is a different save file. It's okay. Look at all this. It's epic. You can see like the whole island. And then he repeats what he said before and gives us the treasure map. And now he has another couple of things of dialogue. I should have brought some snacks though. When you get to the top of a mountain, you gotta have a snack. It just seems right. So he repeats that as long as he's on this porch, but as soon as he steps off onto the dirt, he says something different. Man, I wished I lived here. I would do this hike every single day and never get tired of it. You could get a job at the park. My aunt works here and she gets to live here all summer. Sigh, I wish. I can't just up and leave the city. Well, you could. I mean, it wouldn't be easy. Might be worth it though. Ha, yeah, maybe someday. Okay, and then he's going to have a line he repeats. Got to get my hike on, catch you later. But now we'll see the other branch. So here we say, yeah, I get it. Leaving the city, you'd have to leave behind like your friends, your apartment, your job. Yeah, it would be tough. And then he's going to repeat the line about getting his hike on. Okay, and as I mentioned in the introductory video, I'm trying to show all the dialogue, but I don't actually have a complete list of like what all the dialogue is. And so if you know some dialogue I'm missing, let me know. I'll make another video. Okay, next up is another feather. It's going to be on top of this silo-shaped building here, this cylinder. So we glide over and then climb up. Might take a couple of attempts at this one to get up onto the top, but 5 feathers is enough. And now we have 6. Fantastic. Okay, as we continue merrily along, looking for more feathers, we'll make our way to the north side of the island. And we'll just mention one thing about that turtle with the red headband. So like I mentioned, it reminded me of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, so I actually had to look this up. I don't know them all that well. But anyway, Leonardo has a blue headband, Raphael has a red mask, and so some combination of those two things. Nobody has a red headband per se. Okay, now we meet the volleyball guys. So there's Julie in the chair and then a nameless person on the right-hand side of the court. Nope, not going to return the stolen chair. And then this is the repeating dialogue here. You should probably return that chair. Maybe. All right, let's learn about this game. Hey, looks like you got the net set up. Are you two going to play volleyball? Volleyball? Nah, we invented our own game. I think it's going to be the next big thing. Claire, I formally challenge you to a game of beach stickball. Ooh, that means you have to play. Yeah, you have to. It's the law. You can't fight the law. Okay, I'll play. Yay! So, how do you play? Step over to the other side of the court and I'll teach you everything I know. So let's talk to him again. You got to go to the other side to play. All right, I hear ya. And now we are here. So beach stickball has 3 simple rules. Number 1, hit the ball with your stick. Yeah, hit it real hard. Number 2, don't let it hit the ground. I mean, for the most part. Julie is the ref, so it's all up to her. It's all up to me. Rule number 3, believe in yourself. That's the most important rule. Don't ever forget it. Oh, so sweet. That's pretty much it. Are you ready? I guess so. The answer is no. You need to equip your stick first. So you're welcome to have gathered any of the sticks elsewhere on the island, but conveniently there's one right here. So we'll pick it up and get ready for some stick beach ball action. A wooden stick, not sure why I picked this up. I picked it up because we were commanded to. Okay, ready, set, go. So for me, it's just the U button to hit the ball. And here's my strats, because this game can be tough. I like to stand on the left-hand side of the square on my court, and I watch the shadow as opposed to watching the ball. If the shadow's moving really fast, that means I got to run backwards. If the shadow's kind of moving slow, I run forwards. And one thing to note is that you can hit the ball on the bounce. You don't have to hit it on the fly. You can never lose. When you play beach stickball, everyone wins, except if you pop the ball. Then I guess you lose. Otherwise, beach stickball is a purely coop game. You mean co-op game? Yeah, a coop game. It means we work together to get a high score. Yeah, so all 3 of these folks are birds, so coop game is pretty fun. We got 14 there. Awesome. We get different rewards for getting at least 10 hits. That's 5 on my side and 5 on the other side. 20 hits gives another reward, and 30 hits gives the final reward. And so we're just going to get the 10 hit reward here, which was that feather. So if we say we like it, thanks for showing the game, thanks for playing, you're the best, Claire. Our best score is 14, and then he repeats. And what if we say we didn't love it? I don't know. I think I still prefer volleyball. What? But beach stickball is like volleyball with superpowers. The superpower of whacking things with a stick. It's hard to argue with that. And then he repeats. The best score here was 4 and not 14 because this is a different save file. Okay, back to the original save file. Does Julie still insist on keeping her stolen chair? Maybe. Okay, moving right along. And again, continuing to accumulate feathers. The goal at the end of this video is 11 golden feathers and 1 silver feather. That's the plan. So here you can just hug the coastline. We're eventually just looking for a boat kind of sticking out like it's off of a pier, and we'll talk to someone who looks suspiciously like Donald Duck. And while we are following the coast here, we'll just read a little bit from shorthike.fandom.com, which has a little write-up on each of the characters. That's pretty cool. So Claire is a navy blue bird dressed in a red scarf and coat, who's the player's character. The storyline focuses on her hike up to Hawk Peak, the only place on the island where there is cell phone reception. Okay, so let's talk to Donald Duck here. Howdy. Hi. What you doing? Taking a break. Don't tell anyone, all right? I won't. I don't even know who I'd tell. Good. I can't wait to be done today. When my shift's over, I'll be out catching me some rare fish. It's my hobby, you see. If you happen to net some fish yourself, bring them to me and I'll trade you a coin. I would if I had a fishing rod. You know, my friend Bill might be able to lend you one. He's out fishing all the time. Okay, that's pretty good. So another mini game introduced there. We got to find Bill. So this is going to give us a treasure map, one that we're actually going to use in this video, because this particular treasure map doesn't reference coins. It actually references a buried feather. 2 treasure maps. It's less a map and more a bunch of riddles. So now we're going to read the one that we just picked up, which is in her shadow. It says, his vessel was lost on the water, but the beacon found and caught her, so he buried his trade at the end of its shade to keep safe for the lightkeeper's daughter. Okay, so what does all that mean? Well, lightkeeper references lighthouse, and there is a lighthouse in this game. It's here on the East Coast. A little bit of altitude, and I will show you a simple way to get there from here with our, what do we have, 7 feathers at the moment. little shortcut that we're going to unlock much later in the series where those planks were. And so it talked about a shadow and the lighthouse. And so what we're going to have to do is find this buried treasure in the shadow of the lighthouse. So Aunt May is still repeating the line from the beginning of the game, but I just stopped here to get you oriented. Sometimes it's easy to get lost when you're flying over the water. So we'll run past this kid. Probably don't want him shouting no anymore at us. Speed strat is to accidentally fall in the water there instead of taking the bridge. I'm mostly running here. And then once we get to this building, you can continue following the path if you want to keep hiking, walking. But now that we have 7 feathers, we can easily fly up to this next level. And ignoring all coins on the ground, all chests, all these goodies, just so that I can stay organized and get all the coins in one sitting later on. Avoid these disgusting coins on the path here, hug the right. Okay, so here's the lighthouse. And there's something for us at the top of the lighthouse, but we can't get up there from here. We just don't have enough height. But we are going to dig something up right now. The first thing we're digging up in this whole video series. But first I got to turn my shadows on because I turned the shadows way down. I turned a lot of the graphics down for the purposes of recording this video series. So let's get some shadows going. And what we're looking for is the shadow that represents the peak of the lighthouse. So there's going to be like a stick, like at the top of the lighthouse. You can see it right in front of me, the thin thing in between these 2 trees on the ground to the left. And we're going to dig right at the end of that stick, and voila, the buried treasure referenced in that treasure map. Awesome. 8th golden feather. Okay, now the 9th golden feather is on the top of that, not the very top, but the 2nd level top. And I want to focus on staying to the left. You want to land on the left-hand side because the penalty for falling off on the left-hand side is nothing. You can just easily walk right back up. So I'm demonstrating what happens if you miss to the left. But if you miss to the right, you might end up with a long hike to get back up to the top. So here I missed to the right and I just barely land on a ledge. You can hardly see. I'm just holding on and I can barely sneak up here. But if you fall further to the right, then you end up over near Aunt May. And that means you gotta walk back around. It's not that big a deal, but miss left if you're gonna miss. So 3rd time's the charm. Let's actually grab that treasure chest this time. I find I have to fly higher than I need to in order to land successfully on this lighthouse. And what do you know? Our 9th golden feather, super duper. Okay, now we're heading out to the mysterious island and just heading mostly south, but a little bit east. And I'm going to see this island coming up here on the top and right-hand side of the screen. Now you can land pretty high up on this island with the altitude you have. I'm just going to walk up mostly, but the higher up you land, the less walking you have to do. It's actually a building you could even land on top of. That would put you almost near where we want to be. Okay, so I'm just going to keep looping around this mysterious island until we get to the building. We'll jump on the top of the building. This island is called the Secret Island, according to the game. Okay, and there's 2 platforms here, kind of on the same level. We want this one here on the right. Now I'm just going to fly straight up and not have enough altitude, enough elevation to get onto the next little grassy lip. You can see it right there at the top of the screen. So instead, here's the technique to get more altitude. You climb up, so I'm holding space the whole time, but like every 2 or 3 steps, I flap my wings. So it's like climb 2 or 3 steps up, flap. Climb 2 or 3 steps up, flap. Just watch the tempo. I'll do it again. So it's climb, flap, climb, flap, climb, flap. And you can get a lot more altitude that way. Okay, and right up here at the top, at the peak, is the silver feather. We have 9 feathers right now. You can actually get up here with only 7 if you're really efficient with your climbing and flapping. Okay, and I'm going to show you the silver feather. I'm just going to fly straight up, no climbing. And you can see how much higher we get with this silver feather. About twice as high as when we just flew straight up before without the silver feather. So the silver feather makes it so that you fly much higher with each flap of your wings. It is fantastic. Okay, just getting a look around. There's the waterfall, and there's the shell girl, and there's the gliding guy and Aunt May and the starting house. Okay, so 9 golden feathers. We've just got 2 more that we're interested in this video. And so we're heading back to the lighthouse, so mostly north and a little bit west. And again, we'll see the lighthouse on the top of the screen to my right as I fly here. And you can land anywhere here. Ultimately, we're just trying to get back onto the path. The lighthouse is just a convenient landmark. Okay, so I'm running around here, heading towards our next golden feather. We'll run into some joggers, the folks training for the marathon. There's the sign. Hawk Peak is to the left. Meteor Lake is what we're circling around. It's on our left-hand side here. You can't actually see it, but there's a lake to our left. And we're just running in this counterclockwise circle around the lake. It's dangerous to go slow. That's why I go fast. Good advice. Okay, so the next golden feather is going to be up a hillside, like up a cliffside here. So we'll go up this first little lip, and then we're going to climb and fly. I think you could probably just fly straight up, but if you want real height, you do the technique that we saw on the mysterious island. Take a look at the trophy there in the bottom right. That's for getting 10 feathers. And we've got just one more to get to end our early game feather grind. Starting in the next video, we're going to begin collectibles, and we'll come back and do the rest of the feathers later. But you can easily get to the peak with 11 feathers, and the silver feather will get there no problem. Actually, that's what we're going to do next video. No collectibles next video, but we'll get to the peak. Okay, so looking for that particular like antenna thing, we come up to this ledge. I'll read a sign. Dear sign reader, do you like reading signs? I assume so, since this is happening right now. Well, I can introduce you to something way better than reading 2 words. Parkour race. Parkour race. I'll be back right after I set up the finish line at the abandoned building. Avery. Excellent. Okay, so we will find a buried treasure chest right through that little circle in a later video. It's in a kind of a broken down building. Lots of cool stuff to do and see off in the distance. So those are the orange islands. I think they're new with the major update that came out after this game was first released. Okay, so here I'm doing my my super duper climbing technique to find our 11th and final feather right up here. Might take a couple of tries to get this height, but we've got it outstanding. Okay, so we'll pick up right here next time and make our way to the peak in our very next video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.